Welcome back. This tutorial we're going to show some of the histogramming and plotting capabilities. You'll notice I've loaded an event file, so ebt.fits. A lot of these tasks will require needing to go back to the table that the image represents. So DS9 bins event list into images. It displays the images, but it has the file name, so we can go back to the event file if we need to do certain analysis tasks. So I'm going to go into DAX, look at histograms, and we'll tear this off. I'm going to get myself over here in DS9. So I'm going to start with a region circle, okay. Edit region mode. Make sure that happens. You probably have the defaults changed by now. If not, you'll get used to it. I'm going to select the source here, and let's say I want to look at the spectrum. So a quick and easy way to do that is you can either look at it in pulse height PHA, which is the uncalibrated, or PI, which is the fully. This is partially calibrated, and this is fully calibrated. So we can look at it in PHA space. And we can see this here. The more interesting one's going to be PI. It's not really interesting, but has a little bit more information. Oops, I shouldn't have closed that. Okay. So normal XY, you have your plot. So you'll notice this is channel, not energy. You can adjust the graph if you want to. You can do things like Y log or X log kind of thing. You can draw symbols at each of the data points if you want to. You can change the colors, so you know, background, I can make the background red or green or whatever kind of thing. But again, those are things you play with as much as you want to. Now let's say instead of spectra, I wanted to look at light curves, so I wanted to see the time history of this source. I can select time. It's going to ask me the bin size. So these guys assumed a bin size of, I think, 1 and 4 respectively. The timing is just because we know what these typically are. Time of observations can vary a lot, so we let the user select the bin size. So I'm going to say 1,000 seconds. And this is the light curve. So this window I keep closing here, this tells me that this is the file that it output. And this is where you can find it if you want to do more analysis with that particular file. You notice the source is very faint and then goes through a big flare towards the end of the observation. It actually ends up that a lot of these sources in this field produce flares. I can actually do this over here. Let's see, it goes through a similar flare. Oops, come on, there we go. And I move this over here. You can see that guy's pretty, yeah, it's not very variable. But you can see I was able to quickly produce those 3 plots without doing anything significant. The default, time is always what people use. You can also do it in exposure number, ACES exposure numbers. If you want to. The last one I'm going to show is the arbitrary histogram. So again, I'll just leave it at this guy. Arbitrary histogram. So which column do I want to create a histogram for? So I'm going to say grade. And I want to do 0 to 7 steps of 1. So it's going to show me there's a column in the event file that's called grade, and I know it goes from 0 to 8, or 0 to 7, and this is the histogram of those values. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is, I guess, cut off. And that's it for this.